This is my 1952 Harmony Stratotone H44. It's this kind of weird peanut-shaped guitar in a kind of odd color with one pickup and the fattest neck ever. But it has so much mojo and such a cool, unique sound that you just don't get out of any other guitar, in my opinion. So this particular guitar is dated 1952, September 1952, or at least the pots, which is the only way you can date them, were dated September 52. So probably late 52, maybe early 53 when it was sold. I bought this about 10, 12, something like that years ago, because I'm a massive Tom Waits and Mark Ribot fan, which you could probably hear in the track at the intro. They are known to play these guitars, or were known to play these guitars. This came up secondhand. Relatively cheap, in a case. I've got the original case as well, and I just had to buy it, and I haven't regretted it for a day. So originally these guitars were made between sort of 1951, 52 till about 57, 58, and were sold through the Sears catalogue. Now Harmony at the time was owned by Sears. Sears, for people that don't know, are they still around? I don't know if they're still around, but they were a department store that sent out mail order catalogs. And you could buy this in the 50s from the Sears mail order catalog for $75 in luscious copper bronze, which is what the color was called. I believe they also made black and a dark sort of sparkling green, but I think they were a bit rarer. This is sort of the more common color. There was also a 2-pickup version, which is the H88, which I believe only came out in black, but again, not 100% sure. There was also Montgomery Ward and Alden's versions of it, which were more yellow gold, had a different headstock logo design on it as well. And there was a tuxedo version, which I believe the only difference was that it had a black scratch plate and black knobs, but I think that was the only difference. It's a tiny guitar, but it is still full scale. So it's a 25¼ inch scale, which is almost the same as Fender, like a Strat. It just looks small, I guess, because there's very little there, and the body's sort of, the neck is sort of quite far into the body. I also believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that this is possibly one of the very first neck-through solid body production model guitars. I don't know of many others that were around in the early 50s that did this. So it's this massively fat baseball bat neck, which is what they call it. And in the catalog, it actually says the 2 ears glued on either side. Now, the best bit about this guitar is the pickup. So this is a pickup made by DeArmond called Hershey Bar pickup. Now, again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but as far as I know, the whole gold foil, silver foil, Hershey Bar, the tissue box, speed bump, whatever those different pickups are called, were just aesthetically different. I think the actual sound was pretty much the same with all of them. Now, this pickup has rhythm and lead circuits. So at the moment, in a down position, it's the lead circuit, which is only the volume knob. So the tone doesn't work in that. It's sort of out of the circuit. If you flick it up to the rhythm circuit, you engage the tone knob, and I guess you can preset it to wherever you want it to be, and then flick between rhythm and lead. Similar sort of principle to the on the Jazzmasters up here, the rhythm circuit, Jazzmasters and Jaguars, and quite a few guitars from those days had them, and it sounds absolutely lovely. So this is now the lead circuit, so it's just a tone knob engaged, and it sounds like this. It has this lovely, warm, kind of woody. What's the sound? I mean, there's lots of buzzwords, sort of woody, warm, deep, full, rich kind of sound. Throaty, maybe? Is that another sound? Buzzword. Now, if you flick it up to the rhythm position, it's a scratchy pod, but... So you can set it to where you want it to be, and then you can have your, you play your rhythm on that. And you switch to the lead when you play lead. And so on. So it's there's always slight intonation issues with these guitars as well, because it's a floating bridge that you're going to just put there. But I think that's part of the charm with it for me. So one thing I should actually mention as well, it has the fattest neck ever. So I'm going to put up some photos of the measurements. It's probably a good third fatter than most necks other guitar necks I own. It's huge. But it just adds, again, it adds to the mojo. It's this big fat neck. It's quite tapered as well. So it's a lot skinnier there than it is here, but it's still fat there. So up here, it's like a fat neck, and then it just grows and grows into this massively huge thing. I love using it for recording because it just has this beautiful, almost hi-fi sound. Very balanced, in my opinion. All the strings, the frequencies are very balanced. Just has this beautiful tone to it, and it works surprisingly really well with fuzz. So I use it a lot clean, and I use it a lot with fuzz, quite heavy fuzz, because I think, I don't know, it just brings out the fuzz in a really good way. So here's a little clip with a fuzz. So this was a look at my 1952 Harmony Stratotone H44. Let me know if you like the format of this video in the comments below. Also let me know if you have one of these guitars, or if you have one of the reissues. Eastwood, Airline make a reissue, and Harmony, the actual brand, sort of resurfaced down and made a version of this as well. If you have one of those guitars, or if you have one of the original ones, or if you have one of the H88 with the 2 pickups, let me know in the comments below, or send us a message, email superfunawesomehappytime@gmail.com, or post it onto our Facebook or Instagram. Links to all of that below. And let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts on the video are. If you want to see more videos like this, please make sure to subscribe if you like what we do. Also click the notification bell so you know when new videos are released. Yeah, and thank you so much for watching and taking an interest in my weird peanut-shaped guitar. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye.